Hey guys, Sam here, and I'm sure you've got a big question on your mind. Didn't you say you were going to stop reviewing Teen Titans Go episodes? Well, yes, I did say that, but I meant that I was going to review anything else from the show. I never said anything that I couldn't re-review one. I meant that I wasn't going to review, say, a new episode, or the movie, or the TV movie that had the crossover between the Teen Titans Go Titans and the original Teen Titans. This is just simply a re-review of one episode that I wanted to do, not because it is Teen Titans Go related, but because I wanted to present my opinion of it in a better way than I did originally. And that, in question, is the episode Serious Business. It was one of my old reviews I made on my original channel, which sadly has sunken into the deep dark abyss of unfair community guideline strikes, and it's one of the few videos that thankfully survived and is still on YouTube. I'll even leave a link to it in the description down below if you want to watch it. And you can also thank Shane, aka NTC Jr., for re-uploading it on his channel. Thanks, Shane! Anyway, even though I'm glad it's still around, that doesn't mean I'm proud of everything I did with it. I mean, I wouldn't consider it my worst work or anything, but it definitely doesn't hold up very well. I mean, this was back in the day when I was using YouTube Capture to edit my videos, and this was also back when I was still learning the ropes of being a reviewer on YouTube. And if you watch the video, it clearly shows. Dragging on clips from the episode for far too long, my face being a bit too close to the camera, some comedic skits that could have been cut, the YouTube Capture editing making the video quality poor and disjointed, and saying some certain things that I cannot take back. Like, for example, my disrespectful comments against the writer of the episode, John Lloyd.
Lloyd, come on! You had the makings of a perfect joke to end this episode on, to give us a great lesson and to give them a great lesson. And what do? You ruin it! You fucking ruin it, you motherfucking piece of shit!
Okay, so let's just get this one out of the way. I apologize for making those tasteless comments. They were not called for at all. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Even if the game isn't really that good. I've stated before that I thought Serious Business is one of those so bad it's good episodes. It had musical numbers that stunk, mostly on funny jokes, and one of the wackiest endings ever. Has my opinion of it changed? If so, by how much? Slightly? Halfway? Completely? Or has it remained the same? Well, let's go ahead and have a look. Now, if you are new to my channel and this is the first time you're watching one of my reviews, here's how it'll go down. I'll give you a quick summary of the story first, and then give you my final thoughts afterwards. Basically, a much better format than what I originally did over 4 years ago. Oh, jeez, it's been over 4 years? Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. I'm sorry, I was reminiscing. Alright, you guys ready? Okay, here we go. It starts with Robin desperately waiting outside to go to the bathroom, so he tries to hold it in by moving like this, which Beast Boy thinks is just Robin doing the PB dance, so he decides to do it. Then Cyborg joins in, and then Starfire asks to take part in it, but she also says that she doesn't know how to. So how will they show her? By giving us this episode's first musical number, PB Dance, or as I like to call it, the dance of the poor high schooler who isn't allowed to go because the teacher says so. Yeah, fuck those teachers. And don't worry, we'll talk about the musical numbers later. Anyway, Robin gets pissed off that the others hog the bathroom so much, and sometimes they hog the bathroom for other reasons than just Serious Business. Like Raven tap dances in there, Cyborg does his scat singing in there, Beast Boy does his steam paintings in there, and Starfire makes her chili by using the toilet bowl. Okay, that's gross. Ha! I knew something from my past would come in handy. So Robin decides to give the others a 5-minute time limit to use the bathroom, and he shows them how to do it correctly while also installing a timer beside the bathroom door. If the Titans can't follow the 5-minute protocol, the bathroom explodes. Yeah, it just explodes. Yeah, just like that. Basically, it's like, aw, you're taking too long to shit? Well, too bad, you're getting blown up! So, as expected, the others can't follow the 5-minute limit, and after 2 weeks go by, they start to not only look like this, but they also have stopped using the bathroom entirely because the limit killed the magic for them. Again, that's just gross. Yeah, play it. Robin then says he doesn't understand what's so magical about the bathroom, so the others decide to show him why by giving us the episode's second musical number. After it's done, Robin is totally convinced that it is magical, so convinced that he even disables the timer, much to the others' delight. And Robin asks them if he can use it for a little bit longer, to which they happily oblige. But by the next day, they start to regret it as Robin hasn't left the bathroom at all. The other Titans break into it, and this leads to a fight between them and Robin for the bathroom. But the fight stops when the bathroom starts talking to them. No, you are not high. It literally starts talking to them. So not only do we find out that its name is John, haha, but we also find out that John, along with all the bathrooms on Earth, took refuge here after their home planet got destroyed. But because the Titans have abused the magic of the bathroom, John and the other bathrooms in Jump City decide to leave Earth and find a new home in the outer reaches of space. And after all that craziness, what does this episode end on? The Titans doing the pee-pee dance. The end? So that's the story. But before we get to my final thoughts, I want to try something that I've never really done before, and that's give you some interesting facts about this episode. You see, I looked up the wiki for this episode, and I found some pretty interesting info about it. So, real quick, I'll give you the ones that I found to be the most interesting. Number 1, the pee-pee dance is a parody. Yeah, it turns out the pee-pee dance song is an obvious parody of Take It to the House by Trick Daddy. And yes, I did listen to the song, and it was...
We don't play, we take it to the house. M.I.A., take it to the house. That's the way we take it to the house. Take it to the house, take it to the house.
Interesting. I'll say that and say that. Number 2, the original concept was actually rejected in favor of the song. Okay, so according to the wiki, the PB Dance song was added when the original concept of them just waiting and complaining was not approved by Cartoon Network. Yep. This means that there were actual executives at Cartoon Network who looked at this episode's original concept and said, yeah, you know what, them waiting and complaining about the bathroom, that's not interesting enough. But you want to know what is interesting? A song about them wanting to go pee! That's perfect! Guys, get this recording artist into the studio. We've got ourselves a hit on our hands. Number 3, Starfire using the gel. According to the wiki, when Starfire is putting the hair gel on in that second musical number sequence, she actually makes her hair look exactly like Jinx's, which I guess is kind of cool. Number 4, Beast Boy's Raven steam painting. Apparently, Beast Boy's Raven design is actually pretty similar to Raven's original design in the original Teen Titans, which, again, is kind of cool. Number 5, Robin's poor math skills. At one point, Robin tries to prove that they can actually use the bathroom for 5 minutes. So he says that they should be able to do 1 minute of showering, 4 minutes of shaving, and 10 seconds of hand washing. But if you do the math, you'll find out that that's 5 minutes and 10 seconds. So yeah, Robin sucks in math. But honestly, can you blame him? I mean, like, this is a kid who lost his parents, became an orphan, was then picked up by a mega millionaire who happens to, go around at night dressed as a bat fighting crime, and then he takes this kid out to be his sidekick called Robin. And I guess when you have all that together, you're not going to really have a whole lot of time dedicated to your studies. Number 6, the Titans Tower actually has a unisex bathroom, which I actually do find pretty interesting because I don't see that kind of bathroom in any cartoons, nor do I see a lot of it in real life. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's plenty out there, and I've seen a couple, but just not as frequent, so again, that's a little interesting. And number 7, there actually are some reasons as to why this episode doesn't really get aired that much on Cartoon Network. Okay, so according to the wiki, since December 2015, this episode is rarely aired in reruns on Cartoon Network in the US due to one rerun airing at the same time as a shooting in San Bernardino, since this episode had a running gag where if the Titans stay in the bathroom too long, it explodes. Ooh, that is such bad timing. While it had re-entered regular rotation in 2017, it was removed soon after due to a rerun airing at the same time television networks broke into news about another shooting in Las Vegas. Ouch! That's double bad timing. With the additional reruns planned for that week being replaced by reruns of The Streak and BB Ray. It was also rarely aired in the UK as well due to its amount of potty humor and due to a scene where Robin jumps into a toilet, as the BBFC would bump up any program which has a scene depicting what censors have considered to be bad, imitable behavior. It has since returned to regular rotation in the UK. Now, you may think that sounds ridiculous, but if there's one thing the internet has taught us, is that there will be lots and lots of dumbasses out there that will try this stuff, either as a dare or because it'll give them a lot of clicks on any social media platform. And by the way,
You don't have to do that. You don't have to embarrass yourself. Have some dignity.
Actually, fuck it. You can keep doing it all you want. They're actually pretty hilarious. No, seriously, keep doing it. So, okay, those are all the interesting tidbits about this episode. Now, let's get to my final thoughts. And back to my earlier question, has my opinion of this episode changed in any way? Has it changed slightly, halfway, completely, or not at all? And the answer to that is, well, while there are some parts that have remained unchanged, there are some other parts of my opinion that have changed. But let's go ahead and talk about the parts that haven't changed for me, because, to be honest, this episode still isn't really that good. It's not really that funny, the toilet humor is a little too gross for my tastes, the ending, once again, is beyond bonkers, and like I've said before, the episode could have been better if it had a better ending. Originally, I said that what should have happened is that Robin could have faked his newfound love for the bathroom as a way to teach the others a lesson about hogging it too much. But if the episode wanted to still be over the top in the ending, here's how I do it. The fight can still happen, but let's say we get a cue card that says 2 hours later, and the bathroom has officially become a war zone, like World War I style, with trenches, machine guns, a dark and gritty tone, and a big showdown between Robin and the other Titans. Kind of like how the Fairly OddParents did it in that one episode where Timmy's room turned into a literal war zone when they tried to put Poof to sleep. Was that ridiculous too? Yes. But it was a very creative kind of ridiculous. And maybe by the end of this fight, Robin could go all, gotcha, and tell the others that he faked his love for the magical bathroom the whole time. And this could be a nice moment where we get the message that I'm sure this episode wanted to get across. Don't hog the bathroom! It is important to use it for shaving, brushing your teeth, washing your face, and of course, your serious business. But if you are living with your family, or roommates, or roommates, and you start hogging the bathroom too much, they will start to hate you. Trust me, I've made this mistake before. My brothers have made this mistake, and so have my mom and dad. It's a lesson that I think all of us can learn. Now, it may not be the most thought-provoking message ever, but it still is a nice thing to teach, and I think if the ending did that, it would have made this episode much better. You know, instead of having the bathroom talk, giving it a Superman-esque backstory, and then having it rip off that alien spaceship scene from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And it's not like that was the intention, because I didn't find it in the reference section on the wiki page. Or maybe that was intentional. But who knows, people are more concerned about Indiana Jones 5 than that. So yeah, those criticisms I gave this episode originally are still there. But there are some criticisms I gave it originally that I would like to retract. First, my thoughts on the song numbers. I originally said that they were completely unnecessary and that they sucked. But after listening to them again, they aren't really that bad. I mean, they're definitely not Grammy winners, but it's clear that effort was put into them, and they do sound kind of nice. The first one does have some nice flow, and the second one is actually kind of relaxing. Again, not phenomenal, but they're okay. Next, I said that this episode didn't really have a lot of funny moments, and that the only parts that didn't make me laugh were the so bad it's good moments. But after watching the episode again, I actually did find a couple more moments that I did chuckle at. Specifically the part where all the Titans get blown up and walk out with these looks on their faces. They are kind of funny, and I think the best one is Cyborg's. It's like, yeah, thanks for the towel, I really needed one after my fucking bath blew up. So yeah, I'll admit it, I did laugh a little more when watching this episode again. It's still not entirely funny, don't get me wrong, but it is a little funnier on the second viewing. Third, there's my harsh criticism towards the writer of the episode, John Loy. That was completely uncalled for, and it made me look like a jackass. So let that be a learning lesson to anyone that wants to make review videos. You can dislike an episode all you want, or you can dislike a TV show or a movie all you want, but never, and I mean never, go after any of the creators, like the directors, writers, producers, anything like that, for no reason at all, especially if those people may be good people. So please, do not do that. Do not do it. Don't. And especially, let's say, if they have criticism towards my videos, please do not go out of your way and say, oh, you're a cyberbully, you suck, how dare you act so mean. Like, I don't care. If someone wants to criticize my videos, they have every right to, okay? There may be some parts I may disagree with, but I can understand where they're coming from. So look, you do not have to defend me. So hopefully I got that message across with you well enough, okay? And finally, I criticized the characters for not being able to use the bathroom for 5 minutes when it seems so simple to me. But as I've grown older, I've realized something. 5 minutes is not enough time. Now, I don't mean stuff like number 1 or number 2. That can be done for less than 5 minutes, or maybe just a little more than 5. But stuff like showering, shaving, clipping nails, cleaning the bathroom, brushing your teeth, and washing your face? Yeah, you cannot do that in 5 minutes, especially when doing one after the other. Now, I still do think the other Titans could have done their activities like tap dancing and cooking chili in other places, but the other stuff I mentioned, yeah, you're gonna need more than 5 minutes to do some of that stuff, or all of those things for that matter. So, in conclusion, Serious Business still isn't a good episode, but I'm not gonna go out of my way and say that it is the worst ever, and hell, I didn't even think that way originally when I made my top 10 list of the worst Teen Titans Go episodes I ever reviewed. But I still was too harsh on it originally, and yeah, I was still in that mindset that a lot of Teen Titans fans were in at the time. Like, this is a betrayal to the original, fuck this and fuck you! Like, I mean, when I watched my old review again, there were several times I said to my younger self, geez kid, calm down, it's not really that bad. I mean, it's still not a good episode, don't get me wrong about that, but is it really the worst ever? No, of course not. It does have some decent elements, and if they were trying to teach kids to not be a bathroom hog, then I can respect it on that front. But I still think this episode could have been better with stronger writing, wittier jokes, and not that big of a need for toilet humor. So if I had to give this episode a final score, I would have to give it a 3.5 out of 10. Well guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this re-review, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you're curious as to what my original review looked like, the link to it is in the description down below. It's right there if you want to go watch it and have a good laugh at my expense. And now, if you're wondering, ooh, are you going to be re-reviewing the other Teen Titans Go episodes you reviewed before? Well, the answer to that is no. I've left that in my past. This is just a one-and-done deal. I'm not going to talk about anything else Teen Titans Go related. Maybe I'll make a joke about it in future reviews, but no, I'm not talking about it anymore. Maybe I might do another re-review in the future, but not on my old Teen Titans Go episodes. I put that behind me. Like, I've moved on. If it wants to be a silly show, it could be a silly show, and there's nothing wrong with that. And hell, I don't even hate it as much as I used to, especially now knowing that, oh, the Teen Titans Go characters, this was an entirely different universe. So, it would have been nice to get that clarified originally, or maybe it was clarified originally and I just didn't pay attention or didn't bother to listen. But I know now, I don't hate it as much as I used to, and if some of you guys enjoy it, go ahead and enjoy it. I'm not going to stop you. So okay, there you go. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, my name is Sam, and good night, everybody.